Yo, it's your boy Big Country, aka Therightbrotha, and I wanted to do a video explaining who the fuck am I? Nah, I just wanted to give y'all some insight about who I am, a little background about me. Okay, so I am 36. You know you're getting old when you got to look up and think about it. Like, how old am I? I was born in 79, so I'm 36. I'm a Pisces, son. I am 6'4", 400. What else? I got 3 kids, 3 daughters, beautiful daughters. And now having kids, I realized that kids, girls suck at birth. They are beautiful, evil creatures. Beautiful, evil, manipulative, and adorable, conniving angels. They're just something else. So let's see. I was born in San Diego. I was raised in Jackson, Mississippi. So that's where I get all my good morals and that Southern hospitality from. I'm very good with people. If you was to technically hear my life story, you would not believe my life story and the person that I am. Life story was horrible. The person I am is fucking amazing. I gotta say it. I'm amazing. What else? I've been with my lady for about 9 years now. I've known her since I was 18. I always had a thing for older women. I guess I got mama issues or whatever, but I always had a thing for older women. And all her friends used to tease her, talking about she was rocking the cradle. Now all her friends got younger men. Yes, because of me. Because of the outstanding person that I am. But we were just friends back then. I got the bug to want to settle down. I mean, as far as career paths, I worked at Burger King. I worked at McDonald's. I was a bouncer down in Atlanta. If anybody remember, like, the Body Tap, I was a bouncer for a strip club. I was a bouncer for a variety of clubs down in Atlanta, Georgia, because I lived down in Atlanta. And Bankhead, baby, Bankhead. I lived down in Atlanta, Georgia for a few years. Absolutely loved it. Sometimes I wonder why I came back to Cali. I was a bouncer. As far as women go, I am in love with you. I love you. I love y'all so much. Hate y'all at the same damn time. I was a bouncer. After I went from bouncing, I did truck driving for a little bit. Then I got sick. I got valley fever. So I went from 400 pounds to about 197 pounds. Again, I'm 6'4", 197 pounds. Now, I will say, though, Oprah was absolutely right. Absolutely right. I went down to 197 pounds, and when I walked around the house and my dick got hard, it bounced. And it was a beautiful thing. You know, when I came back, and this is when I came back to California. I left Atlanta and came back to California and got with the lady that I'm with now. And I got sick. And she held me down. Completely held me down. Now, that's why I am 110% loyal to her. Now, don't get me wrong. I have a flirtatious personality. But I have a woman that can deal with that. She know I'm not going to cheat. Now, it might seem like I can cheat, which is not hard because of how cute I am, but yes. But nah, I would not sleep around on her. But she held me down. I will say, once we was humping, after I lost all that weight, she started making sounds that I was not familiar with. Kind of caught me off guard, and now I done put the weight back on and went back to them other regular sounds. You know, it went from ooh, ooh, ooh. You know, I lost that weight. It was like, oh. And now it's back to Lorraine, if you're watching this, I love you, girl. After I got off the truck, I needed something to do. You know, I was, if anybody ever heard of valley fever or I think it's coxy or something like that, valley fever, that's what I had. And a lot of people died. I had a friend that I went to high school with, and I was in there and his father was in there. And I don't know if it's because I actually had better benefits or benefits period, but he died and I survived. Sometimes I want to say it's because I had all the extra weight to lose is the reason why I survived. I was in the hospital for about 3 months. And they would put this stuff looks like orange juice. I had a IV go through my arm all the way to my heart. And shout out to all the Korean women, the Vietnamese women that worked that night over at that hospital, because I could hit that button, be like, boom, yeah, I feel a little pain. Didn't feel any pain, feel a little pain. Oh, don't worry. And they would just come and hit you with the morphine, boom. And because I had it going through my arm, which I could feel it when she hit it in, because it was colder than the temperature of the stuff they used to cure me of the valley fever. So I'm spitting this shit. So it was like I could feel the cold go from my arm through my chest and just explode, boom. Oh, but then again, I had to get winged off of that to get out the hospital. So I got winged off the morphine or whatever. Shout out to whoever made morphine. That shit's dope, literally. But she held me down. So what happened is I was on unemployment, and I'm very good with computers. I was always into computers since I was a little kid. The first girlfriend I had, she would always get mad at me because I would play on her computer instead of spend time with her. Believe it or not, she was a cute little white girl too. And it's amazing now being a parent how, dude, we was probably 13, 14, and they invited me over to the house so they could meet me, have pizza and stuff like that. And they would like go upstairs. I'm pretty sure they would have had cameras or something. They would go upstairs and let me sit in her room with the door open. And she's always trying to talk to me. But me, I'm trying to play solitaire. I'm trying to install Napster. You know, back in the day, WinMX, for all the people who do computers. That's my age and remember those days when you used to download the songs like that. But yeah, I'm the baby of 10. I got a big family, but I don't really mess with my family too much. You know, I mess with key people in my family, the people that reach out to me. Those are the people that I deal with as far as family goes. I went to UEI, got a computer technician. I don't know if it's a degree or what, but I went there, got that. As soon as I got out, I met a guy named Paul who owned a little computer company. It was only about 4 or 5 of us. Then I was working as a system administrator, assistant, then eventually a system administrator. And then I worked at a NOC, Network Operating Center, for the people who don't know what a NOC is. I worked at a NOC. That's where I met Paul at. I did my internship at a NOC. And then from there, I started doing temp work. From there I went to customer service for like Cox Cable, Time Warner. But I got tired of dealing with people on the phone, you know, and people with attitudes and stuff like that. So a friend of mine knew a guy who knew a guy, and next thing you know, I was working as a what is it called? I forgot the name of the position, but basically what I did is I had all the new mobile devices before they actually hit the market. They had to come past a certification in our labs, a company called Qualcomm down in San Diego. They had to pass our labs, and once they pass our labs, then they can go to the FCC and stuff and be released to the market. So all these phones that y'all seen from the S2 and up, I saw them way before they came out. I had them in my hand. I'm playing with them. I'm running a variety of diagnostic tests on them. Temperature controlled, RF, Wi-Fi, all the things that your phone technically can do as far as signal wise. Yeah, I had a part in handling that. So yeah, if you did have a phone that didn't have a good signal, I do apologize about that. I might have been high. Nah, I'm just playing. I can't smoke weed. I can't do weed because I start to think too much. My mind, I have a very vivid imagination, so I tend to start internalizing, like, how is my heart beating? Who's controlling that? How am I breathing? What's controlling that? That part of my brain I can't access. Why can't I access it? Then I'm like, oh, it's good that I can't access it, because I probably end up stopping myself from breathing because I'll forget to breathe. Anyway, that's why I don't do drugs. What else about me? Yeah, so I went there, and then after that, I went to Qualcomm. And at Qualcomm, so basically, Qualcomm, I was a temp at Qualcomm for about 3-4 years. And what we was doing is, when I was working at the last company, it was post-production. So basically, they already got the chipset and everything in the device, and they're ready to put it out. Now, when I was at Qualcomm, I was working on pre-production. So basically, the software that they would use, like Android, iOS, Windows, and BlackBerry, different things like that, I was the one to run the tests. The tests that I would run would basically be like, you know how you go to your phone and you have like 50 applications opened up in the background? I was the one to make sure your phone can still work with all 50 of those applications running in the background. Then after that, I would test audio. I would test the screens. I would test the power, how much power drain is going, and then I went back again, and I was working on the chipset. So I was basically doing temperature tests on the chipset, and I was doing just a bevy of tests on the chipset. So all these chipsets that came out from like the S3 and up, I had a hand in making. So, you know, it made me feel proud when you go to like all the different conferences, like what's the one in Vegas? Not E3. What's the? I can't even think. The big one that where they show all the TVs and 3Ds. I don't know why I can't think. I'm having brain fart right now. But yeah, I was the one. So anytime they be like chip, you know, the 805 chip, 810 chips and stuff like that, it made me feel proud because I had a hand in designing that chip and making sure that it runs properly. And so I was an engineer assistant. Basically, I would just do all the tests that the engineer was set up. And then I was a technician. Then I went back. Then I was like a mobile something and something else. So what happened is, my lady, she know that I need benefits because of the health issue that I had all those years ago. And it was funny how I met her, because I pulled up. I was driving a homeboy car, pulled up at the liquor store. It's a neighborhood liquor store, and anybody in Southeast San Diego know what I'm talking about. And I just hopped out and was like, hey. She was like, it's like, what you mean? Woman, I'm cute. She's like, you all right? I said, I'm better than all right. I'm the best thing that ever happened to you. She was like, best thing that ever happened to me? I was like, absolutely. You'll see. And it was all like a joke or whatever. And I tried to shoot some corny lines. Like one of my lines I had back in the day, again, I like dealing with older women. One of my lines was, they'll be like, oh boy, you too young for me. Because I would always be parking lot pimping at the 21 and up clubs back when I was 16, 17. They were like, you too young for me. And I'd be like, well, you seen how Stella got her groove back. Don't knock it till you try me. And they always would giggle and laugh. And all I needed was them to giggle and laugh, because that's all I need. That means that their wall became from here to here. And I'm big and I'm tall and I hop right over that motherfucker. Yeah, buddy. Next thing you know, you're either a friend for life, a friend with benefits for life, because I don't let go. Once we meet, you're not gonna let me go, and I'm not gonna let you go. We're gonna be friends, or we be platonic friends. It's perfectly fine with me, because I feel like everybody has value on this earth that I meet, especially if and then for some reason, I've always been the type of person to come into people's lives when they need a boost. You know, it's like God just came down and put a cape on my back, and I'm just out there saving them. Because any woman that was in a relationship with me, or any woman that dealt with me one-on-one, they left a better person 110% of the time. I know it for a fact. If they tell me, you know, they tell me that I helped them better their life, or not even better their life, because it's not that I bettered their life. I gave them a different outlook on life. You know, and I'm always the type of person, I tend to say what's on my mind, even when it's inappropriate. I don't have a filter. Unfortunately, I do not have a filter. And technically, I feel like I have a filter. But when people get around me, this is all you hear. All you do is just see heads shaking, faces smiling, and people are like, I can't believe he just said that. I can't believe he just did that. I have the type of personality, because I'm a big guy. 6'4", 400 pounds. I've always been a big dude. I geared my frame of thinking and my personality and the energy that I receive, the energy that I present to people as a nice guy, because that's what I am. I'm a nice guy, and I don't want people to be intimidated. A lot of people like to intimidate people. You know, you walk over, yeah, I'm the hardest motherfucker. You know, nah, that ain't my style. You know, I want people to, when they get around me, to be comfortable. So I've geared my whole being as being that person that you can come around and let down your walls and be whomever you are. Because I've had friends around me that were gay, that still was playing a role like they wasn't. You know, and they like,
a new message has arrived.
They like, country, how do you know? Let's see. Apologize if you've been trying to contact me for. Oh, okay, that's my driver manager.
Home messaging.
Honestly, I don't think too many people have too many bad things to say about me. I'm very observant, and I'm very in tune with the energy around me. So if something don't feel right, I'll step back and watch and see why it doesn't feel right, and take myself out of that situation before whatever happens. But yeah, as as somebody whose video I just watched, I would say I digress. Anywho. Yeah, so what she was like, you know, you need a full-time job. And I'm like, well, because the contract thing, you work a year and you're off 3 months. But it just so happened that this 3 months that I was off was October, November, December. We got two of my kids' birthday in October, because I have twins. October, you got Thanksgiving in November, you got Christmas in December, and then another one of my kids' birthday in January. So that year hit us hard. And I said, well, I can always go back to truck driving. You know, I had gave up my CDLs. I haven't drove in for like about a good 10 years. And so we talked about it, and we got an understanding, a mutual understanding. It wasn't just, this is what I'm going to do. It's, hey, this is what I'm thinking. And she gave me her input. I gave her my input. Then we both came to a conclusion and an understanding. That's why in the other video that you might watch, my phone's going dead, I said I'll be ready. Oh, you know what? I got my charger right here, but I don't think it's gonna work. Let's see. Okay. I don't even know if it's charged up. Oh yeah, it's charged up. Okay. So yeah. So I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, it hit us hard. So once we came to the conclusion, and this is for anybody who's thinking about doing truck driving too. If you have a spouse, a better half, and kids or whatever, you need to talk to that person before you make the decision to do this, because you want to make sure when you're out here for 3 or 4 weeks that you feel comfortable being out here. Because if you just spring this on them, there's a good chance that they're gonna go find somebody else, because you're only home 3 days out of a month. 4 days out of a month, depending on what route you get. So we already came to the decision that I'll be out here for a year, OTR, you know, and she would have to hold the house down by herself, and raise kids basically by herself. I'm home 3 days. I come home, I whoop them for about 8 minutes, and then I love on them for the next 2.5-3 days. So that's what got me back into truck driving. And I love it. I love the peace. And like, I'm a social loner. Like, but I'm also a chameleon, because I can blend in with my size. I can blend in any situation, any place, with anybody. I mean, I can, the upper echelon to the hood niggas, you know, I can blend with any of them. I'm not saying hood niggas is at the bottom, you know, the bums are at the bottom, the people who just gave up on life. Not the ones that got mental issues, but the ones that just gave up and, you know, penny pinching, or what we would call crabbing, because, you know, crab got pinches, crabbing off everybody else. And I made sure to explain that ebonic word that I just used, so there'll be no misunderstanding. But other than that, so that's what got me back in the truck driving. I'm back out here on the road. I'm very opinionated, but I also love to watch a good debate being there. because debates are usually, you know, me to you, you to me, and I always like throwing in monkey wrenches and giving a different outlook on whatever. I don't know if I gave y'all any information on myself, but yeah, that's me. Big country, you know. If you have any more questions about me, feel free to put them in the comments. If you have any more questions about trucking, put them in the comments. Hey, shit, if you have questions about life, put it in comment. You know, I give great advice. I give magnificent advice, even though I just didn't even use that word correctly. I give advice that's very that basically take care of whatever you're going through. Most of the stuff you're going through. It's a big world out there. Let's see, what else? I made the lowest amount of money I made today driving for Swift. My check bring home was $300 because there was a lot of little things that happened this week. That's the reason why it's taking me a little bit longer to get back to your comments or whatnot. To the dude that said, why do people go company instead of lease? You know what? I'll say that for a Q&A. But yeah, if you, the people who keep asking me about the least amount of miles, yeah, this week was pretty bad. But I understand why. And like that week was bad, but now this week I got 8, 9, 29. I got about 3,200 miles under my belt once I finish this load, which will be done tomorrow. So, you're gonna have good weeks and you're gonna have bad weeks. Alright, this is your boy Big Country. Like I said, you have any questions about trucking, any questions about me, any questions about life, any questions just in general, you know, like why some people big toe black, I'll try to figure it out and give you my reason. Alright, y'all take it easy. Peace.